Today we have an awesome transmitter on the table. We have the Dumbo DDF-350 that we're gonna review and test today. I've bought it to use on my scratch build together with the micro receiver that is named P6F version 5. So I bought this transmitter because of the small micro factor that we have on the receivers, but also the transmitter itself is really capable and full of features. And the best thing is the price. It's really affordable and you get a lot of value when you buy this transmitter. You have several options when you buy the transmitter, since they are doing a lot of different receivers that you can pair this transmitter with. I bought the P6DC receiver together with my transmitter because of the small form factor. Even if I have a 1/10 scale car or RC, this small receiver will fit it perfectly. And also, if you really would want to, you could use this one in a small 1/24th scale vehicle as well. And they also are doing a micro receiver, a 4-channel that is called a P4FM, and also they are doing a 10-channel receiver that is named P10F. And all receivers, they can be equipped with a gyro, so if you're doing a drift setup, you can also use this one as well. And what's very good, that is, you have a small 6-channel receiver, but you also have the option to use the lights right in the receiver. That is also true with the 10-channel receiver. So let's power on this transmitter. And right away you see battery voltage of the transmitter itself. You have the model name that is currently chosen. So it's very easy to see which model you have chosen. You can connect so you see the external voltage of the battery in the vehicle. And then you can see the strength of the signal to the vehicle, which can be really good if you have a very fast car that you're running straight from you on the road or something. When you have a crawler, of course you will not be using the maximum range, but they state that the maximum range is 350 meters. So if you're using it on a boat or a fast car or something, you can see what the signal strength is. And then you have a timer that you can start and stop from the transmitter. And then you can see all the channels, how they are toggled and so on. So from the get-go you have channel 3 and 4 on top of the transmitter here. That is a momentary switch if you want to, but also this is a locked switch. Then you have channel 5 and channel 6 here, so you can see the percentage here on the LCD screen. And then you have a 3-position switch here on your thumb. So that is for a 2-speed transmission, for example. So if you pair it with a 2-speed transmitter, you can have low gear, neutral and high right from your thumb position here. So that is really good. And then you have 3 buttons more, channel 8, channel 9 and channel 10. And here you can see the channel 8 is now set up like a momentary switch. So when we hold it, it lights up, but as soon as we release it, it turns off. And the transmitter itself, it feels really good in your hand. It can be driven with one hand, I would say. And also, you can see here, you have the lights, and as well, when you turn left, you get a blinking light. And here you have an USB-C input. You can choose to either run it with 4 AA batteries, or you can take out this battery compartment and take in a 2S battery or a 3S battery that you can set up in the menu here. Alright, that's the overview of the transmitter and receivers. Now let's get into the setup. Alright, let's go through the menu and see what's behind the screen here. You start with one press of the power button, and then you have general menu, model menu, transmitter settings and receiver settings. And then you can also set the language: English, Chinese, Germany, French and Japanese. So let's start with general menu. You can see the actual inputs of all the channels, and then we can switch. So here you can reverse all the channels if you need to. And then you can set the endpoints. So for example, you can see the steering here. I have set it to 120%, and the throttle, I have increased it to 120. Here you can set double dual rates. So if you want different steering dual rates or different throttle dual rates, you can set it here. For example, if you want it on a certain button, for example, let's say that you want to bind it to channel 3, that you have for example, slow dual rate and a full speed dual rate, for example. Here you can set the sub trim, and as you can see, I have set it to -25 because I can't set it really dead on straight when it's on 0, so I have used the sub trim to get my steering exactly straight. Here you can see all the auxiliary channels that you can switch and set up. Here you can see, as I said before, channel 8 is now a momentary switch, but let's say that we want it self-locking. Now it's a self-locking feature instead of the momentary switch. So channel 3, 4, 8, 9, 10, you can switch between those setups. And as you can see, you have a 3-speed and a 4-speed option as well. Here you can remap all the channels depending on how you want it to be set up. And then we come into the model menu. Here you can set the cruise control and what button you want to toggle it on. Here you can set your own preferable steering curve. So now I have a linear curve, but perhaps you want it to be more exponential, for example, less in the beginning and more steep at the end. You can set it up here. And as well with the throttle and brake curve, exactly the same. So now we have a linear curve, but you can set it up exactly how you want. And then you come into the gyro mixing. You can have it here on the channel 8, for example. Toggle it on or off. And then you also have a tank mix. So if you're driving a tank or if you have a vehicle with tracks, you can set it up here. So when you're turning, you can set it up so you turn the whole vehicle. And as well, you have a winch mix. 4-wheel steering that you can set up exactly how you want it to. And then program mixing 1 and 2. And then you have a servo swing control at the last here. Then we come into the transmitter settings. So here you can rename the model itself. You can copy it, you can paste it, and you can reset it. One small drawback is that you only can have 10 models in this transmitter. Although I don't have that problem that I have 10 models right now, but it would be nice if you could have a few more models inside the transmitter here. Coaching model, sound settings. Now I only have the alarm only, but you can have it so you get all the sounds, or you can mute it altogether. Here you can set the power settings, when you want it to turn off, and so on. And here you can do the calibration for the steering, throttle and buttons. And lastly, the receiver settings. The RF protocol, you can have it on normal or fast. And then you can set up a gyro, since all the different receiver models come with the option for gyro. So if the receiver have a gyro in it, it is a G after the receiver model name. So here you can set it up how you want it to work. And here you see the quick start guide for the 10-channel transmitter. So if you want to read it, you can pause it and read whatever you want. So lastly, to summarize everything, it's a really good budget transmitter, I would say. I really like it. It's a really budget high-end model, so to say. You can do a lot with it. You really don't have any limitations for your average RC car, and as well you can do a lot of advanced things with it, since you have the winch control, you have the cruise control, you have the mixing, you have the dual rates, you have 10 channels that you can switch more or less however you want. So you can do everything with it. And as the average person, you can fulfill all your expectations with this one. Alright, that's my review of the Dumbo DDF-350. I hope you enjoyed this video and that you can see that you don't have to spend hundreds of dollars on a transmitter to get what you want. So with that, more RC content is on the way. If you want to be the first one to look at it, please subscribe and put the bell notification on. And with that, thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.